Taylor Swift stormed the stage at the Melbourne Cricket Ground for the first night of her Australian Eras tour and the biggest concert of her career on Friday. The global megastar, 34, left the crowds reeling as she strutted out in style for the hotly anticipated show, which kicked off her first Australian tour since 2018. She pulled out all the stops as she put on her usual high-energy performance for the 96,000 eager Swifties who flocked to Melbourne for the epic night. While Swiftie mania has swept Australia in the lead-up to the concert, the night also marked Taylor's biggest show ever as almost 100,000 fans descended on the MCG. Despite already having performed at huge sporting stadiums across the US, the opening night of her Australian tour broke records as she has never performed to a crowd larger than 74,000. Reacting to performing at her biggest show to date, Taylor told the 96,000-strong crowd, "This is the biggest show we've done on this tour or any tour I have ever done. That's the version you get of me tonight, the version that is completely starstruck by the fact that so many of you wanted to hang out with us on Saturday night in Melbourne." As well as the massive crowds inside the venue, huge numbers also stood outside the grounds despite not having secured tickets in a bid to hear the epic set list. Kicking off the record-breaking night, Taylor put on a very leggy display in her signature jeweled silver and pink leotard, which she styled with matching knee-high boots as she stormed the stage. Once again pulling off an impressive amount of outfit changes in line with her tour tradition, Taylor later slipped into a stunning gold tasseled mini dress, once again worn with matching sparkling boots. Changing her outfits to match with the mood and aesthetics of her eras, she also put on a daring display in a statement one-leg jumpsuit featuring bold red detailing. She also sported an array of gorgeous gowns including a billowing lilac dress with a layered tulle skirt and a vibrant orange ensemble as she put on a spectacular show. In keeping with tradition, she also performed two special surprise songs for the delighted Melbourne crowds and opted for hits Red and You're Losing Me this time around. She then sent fans completely wild as she revealed a previously unseen cover for her upcoming album The Tortured Poets Department. Projecting the album cover on the screen behind her, the shot showed her lying down and facing the camera as she rested her head on her arms. As the crowd's deafening screams could be heard, she explained of the cover, "There's an exclusive song on this vinyl called The Bolter, so this is called the Bolter Edition." She added of writing the songs, "This album, I think more than any other, I needed to make it. It was really a lifeline for me, just the things I was going through." Taylor also handed out the first 22 hat of her Australian tour to one lucky fan who appeared completely overwhelmed with emotion. The sweet encounter saw Taylor take off her black bowler hat as she normally does during her shows and place it on a young girl's head. The youngster beamed from ear to ear as she was overwhelmed by the encounter as she leaned up on stage and held hands with Taylor while getting the rare hat. Huge numbers of fans without tickets also descended on the MCG after tour organizers admitted they were concerned about the 15,000 ticketless fans who were estimated to arrive at the sold-out shows. Ahead of the Sydney gigs next week, venues NSW warned ticketless fanatics to stay away from Accor Stadium to prevent crowd management issues, the Daily Telegraph reported. A spokesperson said fans who missed out on tickets should not try to soak up the atmosphere outside as they likely won't hear any songs anyway. "We are not encouraging ticketless fans to attend, but part of our contingency plan is allowing for extra people who may be traveling who haven't got tickets," they said. However, on the first night in Melbourne, fans were said to have been stamping their feet in time to the music outside the MCG and dancing on the grass as Swiftie mania swept Australia. Ahead of Taylor's epic arrival on stage, Sabrina Carpenter put on a high-energy performance as she warmed the crowds up. The American singer, 24, kicked off the hotly anticipated tour at 6:30 p.m. with her epic support act performance, and she pulled out all the stops for the occasion. Sabrina put on a very leggy display in a figure-hugging pink dazzling gown as she belted out her best-loved hits and covers including Olivia Newton-John's Hopelessly Devoted to You.